Well, you know I don't need much of an excuse to make a film, do you? These are for Andrea and Bob trips and tours. I didn't speak to them when we saw them in Llandudno Light Parade, but yeah, we'll know them and recognise them on the next thing we do next year when we eventually get another Goldwing. Anyway, they're doing this NC 500 tour. And this particular film is, let's have a look. This particular film is day 5. The filming and the editing is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Anyway, getting to and they went to a place called Dunnet Head. And I was screaming at the television, going, tell him, it's not John O'Groats, it's not John O'Groats. Dunnet Head is the most northernest point, because the UK isn't like this. It's slightly on the bend. Anyway, let's continue the story. So, people tell you, oh yeah, been there, done that, got the T-shirt. Well, I have been there, I have done that. I haven't got the T-shirts, but I've got the paperwork. So we might find it interesting. So, in 1982, yeah, 1982, at 6:30 in the morning, we left Carnarvon. We departed Carnarvon. There's me, look like a criminal. Here's Rhys with my good friend Rhys. We were doing it on behalf of M&S. Multiple Sclerosis Society. I had a really nice lady, Mrs. Jones, used to live very close, and I spent a lot of time. So we were going to do. Rhys wanted to do it anyway, and he was going to do it. So I sort of tagged along, and then one of us suggested, well, if we're going to do it, shall we do it for charity? So that was a good idea. And at that time. And it was just the two of us. Right, here we go. So we started in Carnarvon. The mileage was 22671 on a CX 500. Was it a CX or a VFR 750? No, I think it was a CX. Anyway, so we left there, and then we went down to Penzance. We got there at nearly 3 o'clock. Our mileage had grown. We're now at 23072. Yeah, and it's the same day. Now, in 1982, there was no such thing as 24-hour stations, fuel, none of that. The only thing that you were guaranteed to be open was the police station. So we got our asses down there. And we how do you prove you've been there? Well, what do you do? How do you prove it? Do you know what I mean? So we decided we were going to the police stations and getting a stamp. It's the only place you could get a stamp to prove that you've been there. So we crack off from there now. And then we head down towards Lizard Point, look. And we see the assistant keeper, the lighthouse keeper there. We get somebody, we're there. Here's our mileage. We did a few miles down to Lizard Head, Penzance, and we got our signature, and off we went. And then we arrived in Lowestoft. Here's where later on, the next day, here's our mileage. We put the mileage on now. 235,546. Now I do remember here, we ran away from here, we went in there, they saw what we were doing, they saw how much we were pushing. As you can see on the time and the dates and the mileage, we were pushing the fastest north, south, east and west at the time. So we knew what we were doing, they twigged on what we were doing, and they said, hold on, somebody wanted to speak to us. Well, we were out the door like our arse was on fire. We were gone and up the road. So they never did get to speak to us or question us. Well, how the hell did you start off there and end up here looking for a stamp, having been there. Have you had any sleep? Have you had any rest? Anyway, so we're heading off now we've come from Lowestoft, we're going up to Thurso. So we arrive in Thurso the 21st, was that 19th, 2 days later. And there we've got our stamp again, 21st, and we're in Thurso police station. Now I'm not sure where that was. I think that was the man, because we then went across to Ardee Merchant Point. No, there's Dunnet. Sorry, there's Dunnet Head there. Look, to Dunnet Head to Thurso. So we what did we do? We went to the police station. We got our stamp, and then we came back to the police station, back to Thurso, didn't we? Yeah. So then we're here now. Fort William. Was that Fort William? No. No. Yeah, Fort William. So we get another stamp in Fort William, and we're on our way. We're cracking on. We're still at 21st. And then we in Ardee Merchant Point. Yeah. This is, and then there was a refrigeration engineer. So we just got there. By now, we've been running hard. We've been getting there. We've got the guy to sign it. That's all we wanted. Sign this, please, just to prove we've been here, refrigeration engineer. And then we returned in Carnarvon at 3 a.m. in the morning at 249.110 on the 22nd. So we were pushing. We set off on the 19th with 222.671, and we returned back, having had our signatures, at 24,910 on the 22nd. Yeah, and that was only, what, 24 at the time? Yeah. So anyway, as you can see, these are photocopies, because what we did, to have a memento each, somebody had to have the original and somebody didn't. So as part of the, fair with things, Ray's had the original documents to keep that with the signatures, and I had a copy of them. And what might make it more interesting is these are some of the letters we had. So we're not going to go through them all, but we're going to go, I can't even remember how much we raised, but I'm just going to flash through some of the letterheads to see if they're familiar. So there's a letter from Dunlop. Thank you. Yeah. Grants of St James, Scotland. There's Enfield. That's his address. You see. Yeah. Some have gone to. Yeah. This is Blue Circle Cement letterhead. Some of you people might recognise it. These firms might be Associated Biscuits. They've probably changed their letterheads, or maybe still got the same ones. There's Brillo. Yeah, where were they there then? Torwoods. Yeah, oh, I know Torwoods. Give it a fiver. Yeah, and now, so in 1982, that was a, good help. Cadbury Schweppes. Letterhead, look. We've got a tick on this one. So I don't know why we've got a tick on this one, but anyway, this one is British Sugar. Palm Olive, Colgate Palm Olive there. Yeah, we've got, now this one was a handwritten one back, look, Manchester Safety Equipment, and we had a handwritten note come back to us. Yeah, so that was really interesting. Honda, no, bugger off. There's thousands of people ask us questions. We may have been famous, hey? Would have we ended up going round, oh yeah, on a Honda CX500. Yeah, that's what we did it on, look. On your Honda CX500. Yeah. Look at that. So, yeah, we could have been Charlie Bowman and his mate around the world. But the beginning, this is how it all first started, do you think? 1982, look. Here's Nestle. Burnley Building Society. I don't know where we got the list on who we sent them to. I don't know why we chose these. I think we just went through the phone book. The Cooperative, is that the same letterhead as they use today? Cardwell, now this multi. Oh look, we've had 25. Thank you for your letter, the 21st. Having pleasure in enclosing a cheque for £25. Now £25 in 1982 was worth a hell of a lot more than 25 quid now, and you'd be grateful of 25 mile now. Yeah, 2,200 mile round trip. Yeah. The Alliance Building Society, ICI, Imperial Chemical Industries, Smith and Nephew. Yeah, Smith and Nephew, that they own quite a lot of different companies. Smith and Nephew. Portakabin, I know they still go. They're still going strong. Tesco's going strong. Is this the same sort of? Are they in the same place? Yeah. Look at this. What we got here? Mulcare, that's a contracting firm. Yeah, right angle. See, Scottish Associated Rubber and Company. I don't know where or how, why we sent them all up and whatever. But yeah, we've got R. Perry. Yeah. Snail makers. Oh, sail makers. That's sail makers, yeah. That's another one from them. Hepworth. Now, Hepworth is well good and gone, isn't it? Hasn't Hepworth? Is that the original? That would have been the original Hepworth, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, and Optrex. Yeah, that's still going strong, isn't it? And Vauxhall Motor Company. Yeah. So, I thought, you know, I've been a biker for years and years and years. Way before I was 24. But, yeah. I just thought that you might find that very interesting. So, yes, we've been there. We've done that. Okay, we haven't got the t-shirt. I hope that entertained you for a while. So, here we are. Look, here's a I was in the book, you know, I was in the records, you know, went digging in the thing. See, we've strapped our boxes. The boxes are strapped. Here she is. Now, what I want you to notice is, can you see this stone? Debbie and I got for our own forward. We were very lucky. This is the M62, M180, is it? Leads to the Hull. This is the Hull motorway. I can't remember now. It's not on my head. M18? No. Anyway, 62. Anyway, it's that motorway. Anyway, this was the fuel station. We were trying to get in, but we didn't make it. And here's this one. Look. Yeah. Why I didn't? There was a cafe around here. The other side of there's the service stations must be opposite each other, so you might recognise that where this is. Well, you might recognise the stone. It's probably still there. There's quite a ditch along here, and I wonder if that stone is still there. Can you see it? A big stone. I wonder if that big stone's there. And then the calf was here. I was thinking about my stomach. I wanted to go into the calf, but sadly, we never made it. And we were fully loaded, strapped up the boxes. We've always liked, I used to call this the flying brick, because it had the luggage on the top box. It wasn't very aerodynamic, but it could keep up with most things. Anyway, yeah. That's just a bit of an add-on because we're in the box of history.